Hello Collective, thanks for joining me. I hope you're doing well. So as usual, I just want to start by thanking those who have continued to support my channel and welcome to those who are new. Just need to send a thank you as well to those who have sent me PayPal donations showing your gratitude for the messages I'm putting forward. I really appreciate that, and those that have done the super thanks. So with that being said, let's take a look at just what's coming up, because I needed to leave it open because I was already spinning off in all kinds of directions. So we will leave it open. So this is a timeless reading. You'll see it and it will make sense when you're needing to. Change the role and gender as you see fit. And always check out what's being said, especially anything that you feel you're struggling, you can't accept it, or you don't resonate with it, or it brings up something for you. Explore those things further. That's what the purpose of these are for. It's about exercising your intuition and using your discernment and untangling the mess that we are finding ourselves in regards to misinformation. So let's take see what's at the bottom of that deck. We've got official person at the bottom of the deck. So I think, yeah, that's very apt right now. It's we're in this time of confusion of what you know, what you've released, and the new you that is evolving. The things that you're getting enjoyment from and aligning with, and your higher purpose. So there's a distortion that's going on for all of us. The split has happened and there is still that parallel as we go alongside, and then there's the complete break off. So it's just to kind of put some things out for you to tick off some of the questions that are still floating around for some of you, maybe many of you. Feel free, if you feel that I'm completely wrong or whatever it is, let me know in the comments what you feel doesn't sit right with you from anything that I'm saying. I invite you to do that. So official person, we're being taught that it's about us guiding ourselves and not handing our power over. Those days, those times have gone. It's about subscribing to the belief that we are here to be saved and rescued, which absolutely goes against the knowing that you have the power within yourself. You just may not be able to recollect what tools, what way to use your abilities, your skills, because you're in unknown territory right now, which is exactly where you asked to be. It's uncomfortable for many, but it's about keeping that energy moving. The way to know that you are veering off your life path is when you are literally struggling to, you're going against the current, let's just say. It doesn't need to be so difficult. So we're hearing tests, it's a test, or there's a test, like it's a new buzzword floating around. Let's just touch on that for a minute. To be in a constant state of anxiety and prolonged stress is going against the current. It's not meant to be that way. If you are absorbing information that is holding you stagnant with no direct way of which tools to use to get out of that, or readjust your direction so that you're going with the flow, so that you are in that current. You need to see that as a sign from your spirit guide, your higher self, the divine, because you're being called to reflect. You're absorbing something that the soul cannot, it doesn't want to take, it's not there. And so you're trying to absorb something and hold and maintain a belief that absolutely is not yours for the taking. There may have been elements that led you to a particular place, or something within yourself, your growth, but maybe not all of it to be chomped down and digested and savoured. The soul is rejecting something of a lesson that you already know, you've already learnt, and there is no need to now taint it with something that isn't for you. So when you're finding that you're stuck, that is where you need to be exploring. When you are asking for guidance or following a teaching from a voice box that doesn't help show you the tools, it's just like, well, we've all been through that and that's your answer. It's not helping. If you are an adult that is reaching out in desperation, frustration, and publicly in tears, and the only compassion answer back is, yes, it's okay to just think, oh, well, I'm glad when it's all over. You'll then see. When you keep hearing this buzzword, it's a test, let me let you into something that I am fully aware of, with the guides that I tap into, the information that I bring forward, and you can check the amount of years it's been the same thing. This buzzword of a test, it isn't a person that's doing that because you've got to be on high alert, blah, blah, blah. Maybe you want to switch it a bit for the perspective and explore that. How about you're in stagnation, frustration, until you learn to get along with people? You shouldn't be rejecting your family, and yes, it will be painful that they're doing it to you. Are you able to talk about other things? Are you able to let go of that need to be right and prove and show? You'll find out in the end, whatever. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. No point wasting the time that you've got right now on that, is it? Time will tell. When you are getting information from an official person, their message will be consistent all the way through, because they will have been given a blueprint map, and that's what it is. The direction and little bits of it, the way to get there will change, because it is free will and everything changes, as we know. But the direction is the same. So if you are crying in frustration and you're going to your mentor, your teacher, and you're saying genuinely, my family are questioning me, my family and friends, they just don't want to hear what I'm saying anymore, because they say, well, when, you keep giving a date, it doesn't happen, blah, blah. We know the story. But when your mentor, the very, very same people, the very teachings that you are building your belief so strongly and firmly, and you are going against family, friends, turning your back, you're isolating yourself, when those very people have told you specifically 2-3 years ago, just at that marker point, imminently, change is coming, people are going to see, it's happening, it's this, it's that, 2 weeks time, this won't happen, it's going to be now, and they are the ones that feel that they have been given the badge, the jacket, the title, the stripes to call a date. For you to now jump forward, as the collective have been trying to show and tell those that are refusing to believe or explore from a different perspective, when you jump forward now, and those very same official people are telling you, oh my God, whoever would be listening to dates? What kind of crazy person would be placing their life on hold for 2-3 years because they're waiting for a specific date? That's the grift. That is the con. That's the con, to keep breadcrumbing you along. Everything you're wanting is just a little bit further down the line. Keep going, you're almost there. Now, their official is, it's a test. Well, if big brain teachings, for example, purposes only because it's the best handbook manual we can flick through to say, let's see how that aligns with what everyone else is following. We get that you want to be individual. We get that. We get that that's your thing. It's like we're the outsiders. Nobody knows because we've got official intel. You want to check your intel source, wherever they may be. So you don't have to look too far back to see that there was a stipulation multiple times of a date. It was all about a date. You're not crazy that you've just locked on to you were saying it was a date. And you're not crazy to now, when you're trying to defend yourself against your family and you're tongue-tied because you can't come back with anything, when you start looking for those gaps to be filled in and you're laughed at of like, well, whoever would be following a date? It can happen at any time. No. You've been strung along and you coming crying to them have called them out directly. They were the very people that were following a date. Have a think about that. We have courtship. You've been courted all the way along, love bombed, breadcrumbed, seduced by secret intel that no one else has access to know him. But yet your official person was on point with everything they knew, and then all of a sudden communication stopped. Can you cast your mind back when that happened? Or have you just jumped on board this train and you don't realise the history that you're leaving in the dust? Courtship, family room. Oh yeah, family is definitely going to be a trigger for many of you. Family room, secret chats, secret discussions online. Are you a part of the soul family or are you doing one? You're not at a place that you should be feeling isolated and out in the cold. And if you find that you're pushed out in the cold because you've dared to ask questions, because you've dared to have panic and anxiety and you're sick of feeling that way forever in a day, you may need to shift your perspective from a higher perspective. Know that your spirit guides, your higher self, the divine, the universe is trying to signal to you with synchronicities to say, this is a blessing in disguise. You've been pushed out, but you're being moved forward into the direct energetic flow of where you need to be. Your soul is rejecting something because it doesn't need that kind of teaching. If you're feeling rejected, it's because you are picking up on a signal calling from a true alignment that is waiting for you. Take a minute to think about that. We've got gift. Some people have got the gift of the gab. Others have genuine, authentic gifts. We've all got gifts. But do you know which one is your stronger? Where is your strength? Are you being forced to stay locked and stagnant with the hope of nothing's going to change other than I hope that they get to see soon that I was right? Might not have got the dates right, but if we get rid of the dates, then I'm right about everything else. But are you though? Because we can't get away from it. As much as you might want to sweep everything under that carpet, you're walking on proper rocky ground because you've got so much shit under that carpet, every footprint is blasting it back out. We are pulling that carpet back and we're sweeping it all out for us to see. There's a lot of crap here, isn't there? You can be sure official people want it swept away, and let's start. New year, new perspective. Forget about dates. Forget about that. You're missing something if you're crying and you're frustrated, you're wishing it to all be over, and you are still unable to accept other ways altogether. That is your test for you. That's not Christian 21 scam and the big brain teachings. That's not that. That is the control that they need for this grift. Until you're able to soften that heart, take accountability that you may have been banging on about dates that never came true. You may still be being led to believe February or March or something further down, or whatever way they're going to switch and change it to be. But at some point you are going to have to take accountability, responsibility, and start going in and looking at yourself. And that's not trying to be harmful, hurtful. You cannot heal around those that have hurt you. You need to step back and take a look from the outside in for a minute. As myself, as an example, when I was learning and doing all of my work with the spirit realm, the one thing that they taught me is, because it becomes so addictive, and what you're into with your big brain teachings and all of the rest of it, I get that, it's very addictive. You're tapping into the secrets of the world, the universe, the everything. It's magical. And you've got access to it. But the one thing that they taught me when I was experiencing that is learn to be able to put it down and get on with something else for a minute. Because when you consume it, because it's all very suggestive, because it is all coming from perspective and your belief system, if there is a distortion on a belief that needs to be released and let go or readjusted, when you're fully embedded in it, you have no way of being able to see that. You need to come out of the comfort zone and move around in different areas, different waters, different temperatures, different whatever, so that you've got something to gauge it with. No matter how right you believe you are, no matter how much you're looking at your family calling them crazy because they're looking at you like you're crazy. If you can't put something down and step away and do something else, if you believe that to think about something else, do something else for a week would absolutely be traumatic for you, there you go. That is the exact place you need to be looking. We've got imprisonment. No one's going anywhere. How about that? Especially not people that can't get on with others, can't put the shoe on the other foot, can't see where other people are coming from. You wanting to go out into the galactic, mixing with all different races, galactic families and all sorts, and then interacting with the alliances of those galactic families, and you're coming forward all yeah, hi, I'm from Earth. Yeah, you've heard about us. Yeah, you was watching. Hi, yeah, I'm from Earth. What a shithole that was. Yeah, none of us could get on. What you got going on in your place? We're coming over there to have a look. I don't think so. Be proud of who you are, where you are, and what you've got right now. Because if you can't find the beauty and you don't have gratitude with what you've got and the mixture of everybody all in this mixing pot, if you can't find a way for it to work, then you will be imprisoned within your own mind, just like what you're experiencing now, many. Even the collective, even the real recognized resonating army, all of us still need to check ourselves as we're going along. It's not like, oh, now I believe this and I don't need to check anything else. So you're not doing anything wrong other than rejecting another perspective. Consider your source of your official person. Here's something that I'm being given the green light to share with you. You're looking for answers, you're looking for some kind of proof. If I just knew this, or if I could just prove that, then maybe I would explore a different avenue or do whatever it is you're sending out. Here's something that you're most likely going to reject, but think on it for a little minute and see what comes up. And if it resonates, it won't go away. Your team will keep bringing things forward. I'm not on about your official big brain teachings trying to counteract it. Back in the original time of this grift and this scam, there was a hell of a lot of money that was being thrown around. We're not going to harp on about that at this time. Something you need to be aware of is that you've got two, from their own mouth, two proudly professed criminals who may be now on the right side of the law. That's up to you to try and decipher. But what you need to be aware of is these two that are putting a shop front on like we're almost homeless to make you feel better. We're all in the same boat. That's not the case. You're looking at two people that have assets that are squirreled away. You've got one that's living, looks like it's destitute, and they've got their little gimmick now, isn't it? Oh, coming from like a backstreet shed. That is just hired. Just like you saw the little pokey hole and it was like, I've got no heaters, I'm freezing. Let me keep writing on this wall because I've got to get this message out. Money came flooding in to take them out of that pain and that struggle and whatever. Now they're moving around, but they've got the money to get around. These two grifters have assets. These two grifters have houses. What you're seeing is a show, an entertainment to make you feel better because it's coming out of your pocket, or they've siphoned off, or they've led you down a dead end and now you're being discarded. These two are not as penniless as what you may like to believe. These two have homes that when this shit show gets shut down, all of the money that you're wondering, actually, yeah, where does it go? Where does it go? What's happening again about helping humanity? Because I haven't actually seen anything change yet. all we're hearing is ETs are going to sort that, ETs are going to sort that. Are you for real? Where are you helping yourself? Yeah, hi, I'm from Earth. We're the ones that you saved. Thanks for that. Yeah, we're the ones that were taking ages. We were in stagnation. We've got choose wisely at the bottom of the deck, because this is it. It's all about choices and intentions. It's always been about that, but there are no more excuses can be made of, I still didn't quite see it. We've got here material and spiritual prosperity, and that is clarifying with our courtship. You have been led down a path where your official person, your leader, is looking down upon you all and seeing what else that they are raking in. And they are looking out from their balcony of wealth. Not as rich and as abundant as what they would hope for, but they have pissed a lot up the wall, so to say. Family room, we have third eye chakra. We've got to be careful about this spiritual ego as well. And it's something when I sit down to do the readings, I ask to make sure that I'm alerted or I'm steered away from how easy it would be to get sucked in that. I'm not saying I've got all the answers. I'm just here doing what I do. That part is up for you to take what resonates and leave the rest. But when we've got family room, whether it's chat rooms, groups, family, work settings, whatever it is, that there's different opinions and perspectives all bounding around, don't be so arrogant to think that just because somebody's not openly saying, oh, I'm psychic, or I'm into this, or I'm into what you're into, that their third eye's not open. Don't think for a minute that the spirit realm can't place someone in your path and unbeknown to them, you might see them as an NPC, unbeknown to you, that they voice something, they speak something, and it hits home for you. And that's the only script that they've needed to say. And then off they go about their day. The power of higher perception is everything. When you're grounded and you're balanced, your third eye will open. But the distortion comes with having that biased opinion. It will block you. You will have your blind spots. That's why some of you feel that you're on point with your intuition, and then when it comes to actually get the proof, the evidence or whatever, something you stood so firm in and back in, and then it gets dropped that actually it wasn't. It's back to the drawing board. It's because there's certain processes that can't be skipped. It's a muscle that needs to be exercised. We've got gift and we've got suffering in silence. Do you believe that whatever you're aligned with, that if there is that higher intelligence intel that's coming down as these GAA jackets are leading you to believe, you're being led to believe that we have the gift of information and intel. If you've been calling me crazy, when the shit hits the fan, yes, you will see me in my jacket and you will want me then. I don't think they will. In the sense of, when you're on your high horse waiting for someone to fall, you're not going to be the person that they're coming to. We're moving into compassion, empathy, not a waiting for, you're going to need me one day. I'm going to wait until I can say, I told you you would need me. How are they going to need someone that's waiting to be saved by ETs when you can't save yourself? You're subscribing to teachings that aren't showing you how to get out of that hole. They're telling you to just sit there, just like they're doing. But they're sitting there on a wad of cash and a comfortable lifestyle. Or perceiving that they are down on their luck. When you are someone that's down on your luck and you're surrounded or your path crosses with somebody that they are in a more comfortable position of you and they look down on you and they keep kicking you while they're down, or they're using finances as a weapon, or they're using it as a carrot to say, keep coming, keep doing this to me and you're going to get this and everything's going to be all right, but you see nothing comes forward. Or if they give you something to help you, a little bit of a lifeline, not something that's actually going to support you further on, you get a bit of a taster of the power that they hold. The power that they hold, because there's a belief, or they've led you to believe, that they are wide open with their psychic foresight, because they have a gift. They can give you a gift and they can change life and they can take you out of suffering, when really you're being kept there and they're causing it. So when they give you a little bit of something, then you will see how they use finances as power, and they need you to stay in a place of lack, because it gives them that hard-on masculine or feminine to know, you need me. This is a taster of the power I hold and what life could be like when you do as I say, and when you allow me to call the shots and control you. But that little taster is just to get you addicted. It's like always on the belief of that's what's to come. No tools to help you get there yourself, because they've got to dismantle that. That's why people like this within this grift, they don't want you getting on your feet. They need you to be looking up to them, not side by them. So if they give you something, it will be thrown back in your face, thrown back, and there's a dragging you through glass on your belly to say, do you not remember the time I did help you, or when I did get it right? Always have to have something over you. Always. That's why there's that suffering in silence, because you being pushed to, I don't know who to say. And then it's like, yeah, well, we've had people call us crazy. We don't listen to dates now either. Oh, right. So I'm aligning with you. Yeah. Imprisonment. That's hope. Is the very thing that's being stamped out of you. You're being told, don't have hope. Don't you dare let us catch you hoping on anything. Get rid of it. But that heart of it is your soul. Because within you, if you don't have hope, which is still the same patterns, frequencies, it's still like the higher level of it's coming from fear. Because if you are truly in a dark night of soul, depression, and then you've got the anxiety and the worry, and then you have to transition to move up, you're going into hope because you have anchored or attached, or you've shifted something about your environment or the intake of information or the people you're surrounding yourself with, in order for a little spark of hope, which is the the Ace of Wands and the moving forward, the information, the excitement. You've allowed a little spark of hope to light within you. There's a possibility that I can get out of this. There's a possibility that I don't actually need to be here. But you need to ignite that spark by changing something about your environment or the company you keep or the information you're absorbing. And that is your key, because hope is a combination linked within the heart. Because if you have hope, you have self-belief that you can crack this code and there's a way forward. That's a form of loving yourself, believing in yourself. Let me know what you think in the comments below. It is all going to come together. It's just you're blocking yourself. It's the Eight of Wands energy, Eight of Swords energy, when you're holding on to can't wait for them to see that I was right, because that is coded in an old programming. It's not about who's right or wrong. It's about everybody's right, everybody's wrong. It's finding a way to have that middle ground. Your way works for you, if it does work for you. Our way works for us, if it is working for us. It's not your business or my business with you what you need to adjust, shift and change. That's for you to know. That's your journey. That's what you've signed up for. But as the work that I do, I am specifically placed to help you explore and look at other avenues. We've got the Five of Wands, which is conflict. A group of people, we could say our family room. We could even say conflict within, which is with the suffering in silence. It is. There's a conflict in your belief, or there's something. We can know that here with all of us together, that there's definitely a conflict in regards to how this is going to move forward, what's going to be shut down and so on. We're shining a light on the trickery, the misinformation, and in one of the videos to come, we are definitely going to be looking at how we can heal or forgive those that have done us wrong. I've got a particular person in mind that we're going to use as an example for that reading. We've got here the Page of Wands, Page of Swords. Page of Swords is the energy of being curious. It's about looking into things. It's about wanting to know more and exploring more. It's about not feeling fearful of looking into anything. It comes as well along with the coming out of your comfort zone and the trying new things. But with all of us here, this represents a kind of a spying energy, for want of a better word. There's people that are watching. So as we know, as a collective, those that are subscribed to my channel and those that return with projecting happiness, kindness towards the work that I do, for those, we know that we're exploring and looking into different things, but we're also spying, in a sense, into the scam and the grift to bring forward new information. What we also know is, the shoe being on the other foot, that we have those that are saying, oh, we're against tarot readers, we're not into that, we aren't interested in anything that's being said over there, but having that little sneaky peek because you just can't help but take a look. We're all doing it, so it's out there. There's no point saying, oh, I don't watch them, and when we know damn well that we all do. Yeah? There's no shame. Everyone's doing it because we're trying to unpick what's what. It's that aligning that new belief system moving forward as you move forward, empowered of yourself. We've got suffering in silence and the 10 of Wands. So the 10 of Wands with our suffering in silence, many of you are proper under pressure. It's like, I don't know how much longer I actually can go without everything collapsing. And it's because you've been led down a dead end. It's because you've been loaded up with false beliefs that you felt were a gift to you, but it doesn't bear fruit. It hasn't done. It's like cracking something open and realizing that the seed inside was just all bent up and frazzled. There's nothing inside it. It's going nowhere. It's useless. It's not helpful. The gift should be helping you move forward, up and out, not just telling you it will be so. You've got to put the work in. You're being fobbed off, many. So with our imprisonment and hope, we've got here the 5 of Pentacles. When I tell you that many of you are really, really in a position that it is a scary financial strain, I'm hearing you. Because when I was being shut down by those that hide and lurk, that is what they went for. They went directly for my finances, so that you can't support yourself, so that you can't have access, you can't go out and enjoy things, so that you are looking to an official someone. You're looking outside yourself always for help because you're in a state of desperation. And that's where tapping into your skills and your gifts come into play, because you're reduced into such a pit of despair that the only way out is in. This will change. This is the stagnation, and like the reading said at the beginning, that this can change, but you need to make an active decision to just switch one of those pentacles into a different position. And like they're showing now, move one of those pentacles into a different position, and automatically, no matter which one you take, it creates an opening that you can come out of. Even in this picture, there is a key there that's not being realized or recognized or used. It's just a suffering in silence and a despair. I've just got to sit here with this until it changes. And in that moment, you are looking for a tiny spark of hope. The very thing that you've been told not to look for. The 3 of Swords. None of us are going to be completely healed as we start moving through the everything. It's because we're still learning. But we're needing that little bit of the 3 of Swords energy so that we can identify with others that have been through all of this. But we're leaving the shit of the blame and the harbouring and the pitchforks and stuff. We're leaving all of that to the wayside. We're moving into a place of, how do we realistically show, find, activate forgiveness when we feel that we've been so heavily deceived. And that's what we'll tap on and into in another reading. So let's take a look what we've got with our favourite beautiful cards. And thank you for watching. Please let me know by pressing a like. We have increase your knowledge, number 15. Education brings opportunities. Take a course, pick up a book, find a mentor to teach you what your soul longs to know. (25) Put your creative energy into action. Archangel Gabriel joins me to spark your creativity, help you communicate your vision, and motivate you to create something beautiful. (23) Pray from the heart. Prayer really can move mountains. Reach out to the divine with your heart's concerns and watch miracles unfold. They're getting me to show you that, which is also with that. When you send out a prayer or a distressed call or signal, it is asking for a sign of assistance. You're not saying for someone to save you, you're asking for a sign, and that's to get you out of that. So you've got hope is within the prayer. We will take that one since it was excited to get out. We have number 3, Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is with you now. Even though you can't see it, I am actively working on this situation. I am here and helping you. There you go. So there you go, collective. That is your little reading for today. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.